So I'm telling y'all right now, this next interview going to be extra special. Because those of you that's watching on Facebook Live, our next guest got a trophy in the studio with him. And if you're like me, you want to know what this trophy is all about. I know y'all, I can feel y'all. Y'all like, the man got a trophy. When you get a second, go to Brian Stinson, YTS Keys, on Facebook Live, and you'll see the trophy. Along with our next guest, Bennie D in the building. Welcome to Fusion Radio, fam.
What's going on, everybody? You know what I'm saying? I just feel good. Made it here safely. And a lot of traffic, but, you know, I'm used to it. So it's all good.
So, man, I guess before we even get into the interview, talk to us about this trophy, man. Like, the whole meaning behind the trophy. Like, I can feel somebody saying, man, how you going to talk to him? And I'm staring at this trophy, and I'm watching on Facebook Live. So talk to us about this trophy, man.
All right. Well, I'm a music producer, and I also go into beat battles where producers battle head-to-head in the competition. So Steel Sharpen Steel, I used to battle with a lot of producers like Quality, like Brother Gift, all these great producers, and it sharpened my craft. So years on down the line, I said, you know what, why don't I venture out? It was a beat battle that was called Battle of the Beat Makers. Shout out to Clifton. It was hosted all the way in Canada, Toronto, Canada. It's been all over YouTube with millions and millions of views. And I thought to myself, man, I need to be a part of that. So in 2017, it cost about 60 Canadian dollars to submit your beats at the time. And I submitted. And I got the paperwork back, and they said that I was going to be a reserve. I was excited, but I was still a reserve. I wasn't a part of it, but I'm just the next guy up just in case if somebody didn't make it. But I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to go anyway. I'll put all my money on the line. And as a reserve, I wound up getting into the battle because one of the producers didn't make it, and I wound up winning the whole thing.
That's what's up, man. So talk to us about, man, the genres of music, man, that you produce.
I'm pretty much all over the place. I love making hip hop, R&B, EDM. I made a rock and roll song just because I was bored. It turned out pretty decent, but it still needs some work. So, I mean, I'm a bit modest. I'm humble about it, but I'm all over the place when it comes to just creating great music. If I feel it, I can create it.
I like that. So, like, which one do you like better? Do you like making music or do you like producing better? Well, it's both making music, but which one do you coexist with better?
I like making music because there's no strings that's telling me how to conduct or go a certain way or go with a type of I don't have to go with somebody else's narrative. On the other end, I do love producing because if I get a like-minded individual, it's like drawing a perfect picture. I got the ears, that person has the eyes, and then we can conduct a whole picture, a whole feature that can be great for everybody to listen to.
Exactly. But see, one thing, like I was just telling bro before you, DJ Green, we like to drop gems and we like to have these certain type of conversations. So one thing that I just heard you say was about one thing that you liked about making music is no one can necessarily tell you how to make music in some type of way. It's no real blueprint. And that's one thing that I've been trying to express to the people around me that I make music with. Like me and my producer right now, because I'm working with a producer named World.GQ. Like, I'm trying to sit down and get my debut album together. So, bro been trying to take me out of the mindset of how I've been rapping and how I've been making music. He been trying to get me to slow it up and, like, switch my flow and stuff like that. But, like, we kind of bump heads because it's like, in some type of way, it's not like he telling me how to rap, but it's like, in some type of way, it seemed like he want me to fit a certain type of genre or like a certain type of wave that everybody riding right now. You feel me? In some type of way. So I'm like, man, like, yeah, I don't have no problem with rapping like that, but it don't feel like me. So when we be like in the studio trying to top it up and we be like trying to produce different songs and stuff like that, it be kind of hard because I be kind of discouraged at times. So I be like, man, like, you trying to force me into this bubble, but like I don't like being forced into a bubble. Like I like being an artist. I like to go in there with a clip, man, being able to just do me. You feel
Right.
me?
You just want to be creative. You want to just put your ideas out and then just let it flow with the vibe and the process as far as how it goes. I get it.
Exactly.
I trust me. I 100% get it. It's like it's difficult when you're with a certain company or when you're with a people that you haven't really vibed with yet. Have you like gone to get something to eat with? Have you gone to, play basketball with, play football with? And then you can go ahead and crack jokes and laugh and stuff like that. I mean, you and your producer, do you and your producer have that type of vibe? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, like we got that type of vibe. It's just like with bro, it's like his mindset is, okay, you've been rapping like this for a certain amount of time and it ain't got you nowhere. So now it's time to switch it up. It's time to do something different. And in some type of way, he not wrong. I ain't trying to say like he wrong. It just be kind of like conflicting because it'd be like, okay, like he said, I've been rapping a certain type of way for so long. So now it's like you trying to get me to change it. It's like, it's kind of stopping my chakra. You feel me? It's blocking it for me a little bit because it's like, okay, I don't feel the same going in the booth now. Like usually I'm just used to just going in there doing my thing, not saying anything, but just like you said, being creative, flowing, doing my thing. But now I'm thinking too much now. Now I'm thinking of, oh, should I say this or no, let me say this. Now it's not being fun no more to me. I'm not really enjoying it. Now it's feeling more like a 9-to-5 job instead of a passion that I like to do. You feel me?
I definitely feel that part. Like my suggestion, and I do this too, blending the old with the new. To see what's going on out there, to see what captures like your producer's attention, and then see how you can form or fuse that type of situation with what you got going on. Because music, it changes a lot. It changes, to me personally, it changes like 5 to 7 years. So when I won this championship at 2017, I went back to Canada in this year. And I also went back in 2018, but 2023, it changes. A lot of people, they listen, they gravitate towards it, but at the same time, it has to grow more. It seems like it has to grow more within the individual that listens to it. I could play a song, and it might be hot for somebody else that just want new material, but it might be something that's like, let me play the next song because they're used to, let's just say, a Nas or Rakim, or they're used to a Jay-Z, but they don't. You get why I'm.
Yeah, I get exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah. So it takes a little time, but just blending the old with a little bit of the new. And then you can create something that's in your own lane, and everybody else is going to follow after that.
So, man, y'all sitting here dropping some true gems right here, man. And if I'm
experience, that's all experience. Sorry to cut you off.
if I'm like the people that's watching on live, the people that's listening on the radio, they're inquisitive. They want to hear some of Bennie D's work.
Yeah, I have it on all platforms. I have an album that's called Man in the Mirror. It's very touchy subjects in regarding who I am, like how I grew up, and looking in the mirror and say to yourself, like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel like you're only human, because everybody wants you to put that Superman cape on, that Batman cape on, but at the end of the day, you close the door, and it's only you. I think that's a situation that all of us need to talk about, and here's the reason why Man in the Mirror. I made that, produced that, I wrote it, I did everything. I did the best I can do. So, there you go.
So you gave us some examples of your greatness, man, in my mind, and then you got I Can't Believe It, man. This is the time when we allow you to play music director and pick which one we're going to play first, and tell us about it.
I would say Can't Believe It is because I've been into a relationship where I would try my best to be the best man, but it was never good enough. When you, as a man, you try to love her, and even if she had kids, you know what I'm saying, it's a delicate situation, but you always try to put their best interest first, and your best interest is second, or if not dead last. And then the kids were wonderful, but we didn't see eye to eye. So like I said, the album is touchy, but it's coming from a real place. So,
So if you could talk about the feature artist, man, like what does she bring to the table, man?
all right, this is the interesting part. And okay, I tried to reach out to Ashanti from Murder Inc. I tried to reach out to her, and she does this book club now. And I sent messages and I said, hey, I don't have that much money, but I can send you something in regarding to using your particular sample. I had another situation where I was I was talking to H-Town, Knocking Boots, the song, and it was an artist that wanted me to sample that. So I did that same method. I reached out to them. They called me, and I told them about what I was going to do, and they were so great about it. They said, Benny, just make the song and then send it to us, and then we'll talk about it with our lawyers. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to speak to Ashanti, but I just felt like this message needs to be put out there.
Well, let's check it out, man. We got more, man, with the awesome, man, our homie from the shop, man, Bennie D, man. This single, man, I Can't Believe It is in your ears right now.
Everything seems different. Can't breathe, chest feels so compressed. I can't ignore the fact we became so distant. Now I'm so stressed. We were something more, and now I'm something less. Problems increase, arguing every week. No matter what, she made me feel so little when she speak. Her problems ran deep. She blames current man for a toxic behavior. Narcissistic vibe plus a lies game changer. I feel like a cheater. I'm sleeping with a stranger. What's stranger? She lacked empathy, I couldn't see until I peeped, hurting me from my gaslighting toxic energy. So be gone, leave the keys on the table, take the shackles off the ankles. I love myself. For real. I no longer need your love or your hug. You don't make a man feel like he was living up above. You never loved me, you never did. You never loved me. I no longer need your love or your hug. You don't make a man feel like he was living up above. You never loved me. You never did. You never loved me. You never did.
You don't make a man feel like he was living up above. You never loved me. You never did. You never loved me. I no longer need your love. You don't make a man feel like he was living up above. You never loved me.
I choose not to sleep around, to make it simple, because my body is a temple. Start with the mental. No, I don't like candles or collect rocks. Too many demonic souls and whatnot. I'm not here to judge. Who the hell am I? I'm a man who's been hurt by vicious lies. It's hard to stay kind in this avenue. Be a dog's egg with brains and revenue. Broke boy with shed heart and fell apart. Materialistic bullish from the start. When I have money, everything is good. When the money runs out, you wanna bounce? I should. Take this as a lesson learned. Be firm. Your presence is no longer a concern. For real. G. I no longer need your love or your hug. You don't make a man feel like he was living up above. You never loved me. You never did. You never loved me. I no longer need your love or your hug. You don't make a man feel like he was living up above. You never loved me. You never did. You never loved me. You never did.
So can I tell y'all, man, I'm sitting here, I'm talking with my co-host YTS, man. But I'm still listening to what Bennie D is putting out here, man. And man, I Can't Believe It is really nice, man.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
Really nice, man. Really nice music, man. For your soul, man. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm a soulful person. So I love when music can feed my soul like that and have me thinking. And the way you painted that picture as to what the song was about, man, absolutely. I had that in the back of my head, man. And, man, dope music, man. So creative process, like, man, when you're in the studio, man. I know you and Keith talked before we played the song about, some different things. But I want to build on that and talk to us about, what goes through your mind when you're creating music.
music for me is always therapeutic. So when I go back home, I got a job, I got a 9 to 5, so I come back home. Just I've learned to hold on to all of the things that made me sad, the things that made me glad, happy, all types of emotions, and I put it all on the keyboard, and I just let it go. And sometimes it could look a little scary because I don't really have anybody to talk to, so like the my music was the thing that actually made me feel okay going through the days. So if I was confused about something, I make a beat. If I was sad about something, I make a beat. If I was happy about something, I just make a beat and I just let it go. And then if I get stuck into a process where technically I don't understand how to do a high pass filter here or low pass filter there, and I would just take time, take a breather about 1 or 2 minutes, then I go on YouTube, or I even have friends, I'll call them to say, hey, how do you do this, that, and the third with the drums of this, and then with the hi-hats of this, should I swoop that so that way I can have this vocal transition here and there? If I don't get the phone call, then it's just me, myself, and I'm just there, and I'm just trying to figure it out.
For sure. For sure. One thing I liked about what you just said, you said when you feel a certain type of way or you going through a certain thing in your life, you choose to, instead of doing something stupid or going to go use drugs or going to do something else, you decide to put that passion and that effort and that time into your music.
Yeah.
See, and it's like a lot of people do that though, but see, a lot of people don't understand exactly what I mean by that. Like, what basically is okay.
It keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah, it and it keeps you in a certain type of vibe though, because I don't know if a lot of people use emotion to drive their music though. I think a lot of people just make music just for the money though. I don't think it's based off, okay, it's a certain type of message I'm trying to put out here. It's a certain type of vibe I'm trying to bring. It's something that I'm trying to express. I don't feel like that with a lot of people. And not to discourage nobody or to talk down on the next person or nothing like that. It's just, as an artist, you see it though. Especially when you've been an artist for so long and you know the process of making music and how people make music. You just look at certain artists and you be like, okay, I don't think this is just something that they doing because they love to do it. This is just something they feel like is a way to make some money. So they feel like, okay, I'm going to just ride the wave until I can't ride it no more. For example, like Sexy Red. For a female, she got her music is decent. I'm not discrediting her music or saying her music is bad. It's just you can just tell off her message and what she's really pushing that it's not really okay. What I'm trying to say is a person like me, for example. When I started making music, I started making music to express or to say certain things that I couldn't just necessarily say. Right. It wasn't just to promote okay. I talk to a lot of females, or I'm making the money, or I sell drugs, or I gang bang, or I do this, I do that. Nah, it was okay, I didn't have the voice to really say what I wanted to say, so I used music as a avenue to do that. I wanted a way to express myself. But then you would go on the other hand, like a Sexy Red, all her music is just basically just turning up and having fun. It's not talking about nothing else but just turning up and have fun. So only reason I'm basically what I'm trying to say is you can tell okay, who does this for the money and who does this because this is their only way to do what they doing, basically. You feel me? It's a certain type of message out here. If you can't switch it up, then it's you can tell though in some type of way.
Do you think there's a couple of people maybe in that studio that would tell her don't do it that way, and it might be the way that she want to do it? Because sometimes that happens too. Because I had an opportunity to produce for Lupe Fiasco. I produced for him, so I'm on his album, Drill Music and Zion. So shout out to Soundtrack for allowing me to do that process. So.
But speak on that though. What do you mean necessarily by that though?
Say it again, please.
Because you said you basically said that it might be people in her ear or in the studio with her that might tell her to change it, but she still wants to do it her way though.
Right. It's like think about the Blackout album. When think about the time when they were in Baseline Studios and Jay-Z was talking to it was Jay-Z, Tata, I forgot that big guy's name, and it was somebody else that was talking about the same thing we were talking about, like should I go this way, should I approach it that way? And Jay-Z was making a joke about it, like look what y'all did to these artists. Like y'all made it so uncomfortable. He don't even know what to really do. Like, and it's on the Blackout movie. If you guys want to go ahead and check out that scene I'm talking about. But it's to the point that when it's risky and that person doesn't see it, it's not intentional. It's like they don't see it, so I don't think you should do it. But it's like, no, you need to believe in yourself. And sometimes that's difficult, but you have to believe in yourself. If you know that that's going to pop, or if you know that's going to hit, go for it. At least if it doesn't, I mean, at least you failed with your best shot. I'm able to live with that.
I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying now. As far as like the subject of Sexy Red, you saying in some type of way she pushing that message because she feel like in her head that's what's gonna get her where she trying to go. So she gonna do what she gotta do, even though somebody else might not feel like that's the best way for her or the route for her to go. She gonna push that because that's her. That's the message she wanna push. I like that though.
Right. It's like the doors is opening for her. Like I don't know her. I mean, I wish I could have a handshake and have a conversation with her. But on the outside looking in, if we're talking about this, and if it does happen, my mindset is thinking, okay, the door is opening, the money is coming, and then that money is looking very nice. You can provide for her family. Then it's like I'm kind of timid on messing that up. It could be. I don't know, but I don't know her. I'm just guessing, so I could be wrong.
Okay. From a broader standpoint, I get exactly what you're saying now. It's like, okay, if I can provide for my family, if I can like change my life by doing this, why not ride that way?
Yeah.
Even though this might not be me or it might not be what real message I'm trying to put out, but this is what got me popping right now. This is what got everybody looking at me. So why not ride that way? Okay, I never looked at it like that.
So they can have that mindset. Well, she can have that mindset because she want to take care of her family. It's a lot of things that happen behind closed doors that we as an artist don't understand. Because somebody might do this, and you're like, why would you do that? But it's like, behind closed doors, it's like, look, my grandma's on medication, man. You know what I got to do? I got to take care of this. This is the situation. My contract is here. Her medication is XYZ. So guess what? I'm in between a rock and a hard place. You could respect that in that magnitude if somebody has a situation like that, like the baby, like something's wrong with the baby, like you gotta take the baby to the ICU, or you gotta take the baby to the doctor and everything, and then guess what? You got a contract to do this, that, and the third. So it's like, what you're gonna do? You're faced with a hard decision. That could happen.
For sure. I like that though. Because I never really looked at it from that standpoint. And that's kind of probably what my homie was trying to explain to me last night. Because we was basically talking about like what it takes to be a rapper as far as like in Chicago. And they was basically saying like in some type of way, you have to chase a certain image to get to a certain level if you really want to get to a certain level. He was like, it's not so much like you got to be a drill artist and you got to talk about killing people and doing all that. But in some type of way, you have to fit a certain type of image. And you have to move a certain type of way if you want to get to a certain type of level. You feel me? But it's goods and it's bad that come with everything, though. You feel me?
Yeah, but just as long as you be you, as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm proud of myself. You can pat yourself on the back. Be you. Don't let nobody define who you are. If you're a happy-go-lucky person, don't let them blow your candles out to make your. Don't let them blow your candles out to make their candles shine brighter. Like you go ahead and you put forth the effort, whether it may be music, whether it may be you wanted to create your own business. Do what you have to do that's necessary, and then you love yourself. To thy own self be true. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror. You gotta believe in yourself. Sometimes it's hard, but you got to. You gotta wake up in the morning and you gotta put your feet on the ground and run that.
Ain't gonna lie. I wish I would have knew that probably like like 10 years earlier. My life would probably be way different if I had that mindset like 10 years earlier. I had to learn that though. But I ain't gonna lie to you. This was a great conversation. I love conversations when different artists come in and like they drop gems and we have real conversations about real things, especially when it comes to music, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You feel me? Real conversations about this music, especially about our city and stuff like that. So just before we get up out of here and we play this last song of yours, you feel me? Just get the people your social medias and stuff like that so they can follow you, they can check into your movement, and then they can look at all the different music you got out there and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you guys for everything what you're doing for me, man. I love it. Well, you can catch me on Instagram, Facebook, all those social media platforms. I'm on TikTok too. The Real Bennie D is THE. The Real Bennie D REALBENNIE_D. So the Real Bennie _D. I have actually 3 albums that's out. 2 will be tape albums. One is called The Battle of the Beatmakers. The second one is called Still Champion. And the last one, the song that you heard, I Can't Believe It, that is on the album Man in the Mirror, The Man in the Mirror. So I got more songs for you. And it's gonna, hopefully I can get you guys' attention and we can rock with it.
For sure. So we got this last song by my boy Bennie D, man. It's called In My Mind. We finna go ahead and play this banger, man. And we got one more interview after that before we wrap up the show. It's your boy YTS, man. And I'll make up the tag team duo of Fusion Radio, man. So we finna be back at Fusion Radio with Brian Stinson and YTS Keys.
Try to forgive. My mind goes around and around as hard as it is. The pain and destruction from arguing, fussing, and cussing. The hole in my heart prevents my peace of mind. I give it my all, nothing comes back to me. Yet I love them all, they turn their back on me. Emotionally strained, it's so hard to stay sane. Every day I pretend I feel no pain. In my mind, so you will find, don't know how to deal, but why all the time? It's in my mind, so you will find, don't know how to deal, but why all the time? It's in my mind. I hope and pray I get through this, because I pour my heart and soul into it. I play with the devil for my own demons. Feels like the devil keep calling, shots in the paw, they keep crawling back to me. Anxiety, depression,